On average, 30 million passengers cruise globally, on cruise ships which have evolved from just a mode of transport.
The ship itself has become the destination.
And this is the largest of them all, Symphony of the Seas. Constructed in 2018, costing over £1 billion, she weighs 228,000 tons.
It's just a wow factor when you walk on board, second to none.
I think it's a wow, even just driving up to it.
The ship is 1,188 feet in length, longer than the Shard on its side. Its 18 decks stand at 238 feet in height, making it taller than Nelson's Column. With 6 engines, each the size of a double-decker bus, totaling 128,600 horsepower.
It's a marvel of technical engineering.
They even constructed a park that contains 20,700 tropical plants and 52 trees.
I didn't think you need a gardener on a cruise ship.
This epic piece of engineering carries 2,200 crew members who look after 6,680 guests, accommodated in 2,759 staterooms.
Everything will be picture perfect. That's what we strive for.
Below deck, the kitchens produce over 40,000 meals per day and has a shopping bill just under $1 million per week, catering for guests that can seat 5,200 guests in one sitting. This is a behind-the-scenes look at the people who keep this sailing city afloat.
Missing one, guys, one on the counter.
We cannot leave 6,300 waiting for them.
Welcome aboard the £1 billion cruise. The world's largest cruise ship is docked in the capital of the cruise ship world, Miami, Florida. And today is turnaround day, one of the busiest for ship's crew and the beginning of the guests' one-week trip.
Within 5 hours, we'll have all the guests off the ship. The last guest will leave the ship around 10 o'clock in the morning, and by 10:30, the first guest is coming back on board, the first of another 6,000 guests.
We have to start preparing the ship and make sure that everything is organized.
And guest departure officer Risley has only 1 hour before 6,300 guests are due to leave.
Today is the busiest day. I think is the busiest day for everybody, and everything is about me. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys ready to start the departure, right? But you guys are early. Did you guys, everybody, had a chance to have breakfast? We're gonna start at 7 o'clock. I need to have 600 guests each 15 minutes leaving the ship to make sure that everybody's gonna leave the ship and finish the departure around 10.
Helping him today is a brand new member of the team, Abby, from the UK.
As it's today's your first day, I'm gonna ask you to stay right here in front of us. One very, very important thing is the food. Food is not allowed to be taken outside of the ship. Coffee is fine, food, big no-no.
In the US, custom laws prevent any fresh food from being bought on shore.
Good morning, Fernando. Oh, sorry.
Can you tell me what your job is for today?
Yes, DBAC, telling people where to go, telling people they need the sea passes out and directing them in the right direction, making sure they get off safely.
And make sure no food should be taken outside of the ship. That's a big no-no. Yeah, drinks are fine, but no food.
Usually deck 5.
It's a lot of responsibility to have 6,383 guests on my back, ready to leave the ship. So we should start soon. Did the downliners already start being processed?
No, they're just lining up and we're waiting for the computer to start.
The immigration guards just start, so they're setting up their stations as well. So probably between 5 or 10 more minutes, we can start the departure.
5 decks below, and another big challenge lies ahead for facilities cleaning specialist Placide. His job on the busiest operational day in the cruise world is to get everybody's luggage off.
All right, so getting off this morning, we have at least 8,000 pieces. Family normally takes about an hour and 20 minutes. The large ones, that could run probably up to 75 pounds because they pack everything from the kitchen sink into that bag, and some of the team, they're pretty petite, and a bag which literally can be heavier than they are. As you can see, it's going to be challenging.
With such a busy day ahead and an estimated total of 16,000 bags to get on and off, Placide's team need to be physically prepared.
Morning, ladies and gents. Morning. Today is the day that most, injuries can happen. Let's lead off with our stretching. All right, everyone. Thank you. All right, thank you, guys.
With crew fully stretched, it's time to call in the mechanical equipment. A special ramp to take off luggage is being connected, but the team on land have issues.
This is unusual. Maybe they have a new team member because they rotate the guys at times, and this is why it's probably taken this long to have it set up.
If the day is to go to plan, it's essential that the team sticks to the tightest timetable as they handle each of the 8,000 bags.
We're a bit behind, but the team will make up for it. Ready to rock and roll?
With the ramp finally in place, Placide and his team can get all the bags off the ship.
All in all, we're pretty much good.
The bags are finally off. And on the busiest day of the cruise industry, with a scheduled 7 o'clock debark, Guest Departure Officer Risley is concerned that a hold-up on land will prevent him getting 6,300 guests off in time.
Cleared for departure now. We can start departure. Ship is cleared.
Copy that. Departure team, departure team. Departure is about to start. I repeat, departure is about to start. Good.
The all clear has been given.
Now it's good.
Seat passes out, please, ladies and gentlemen.
And newbie Abby seems to be in full flow.
She's good, yeah. Good job. Can I request you to be always in my... It's good, it's good.
You come straight to the end.
In 23 minutes, we disembark 1,000 guests. That's a very good number.
That's the equivalent of 5.5 Boeing 747s, but there's still 5,000 guests to go. But if you happen to be a VIP guest on the busiest operational day in the cruise ship industry, it doesn't have to be hectic, thanks to their butler service role referred to as a Royal Genie.
Today, we, the Genies, call it departure madness. So it's saying goodbye to all our guests currently.
The Royal Genie's job is to make sure guests are looked after right up to the last minute.
This is my full family, okay. It could have been called a butler or assistant or a personal concierge, I guess. A party planner, a private shopper. We're pretty much everything.
The Royal Genie is exclusive to the luxury suites on ship.
Well, and here we are in the Royal Loft Suite.
The Royal Loft Suite can accommodate 6 guests, has 2 bedrooms, a dining area, and its very own grand piano. This room costs £75,000 for 7 nights. Another premium accommodation that comes with a Royal Genie is the ultimate family suite, spanning over 2 decks and with its very own slide.
All right,
Reno is busy making sure this premium suite is ready for the arrival of his new guests.
All the sodas need to be removed. They only want to have the juice and the Pellegrino water for the kids. I think they want to avoid a sugar rush. Okay, over here, we're going to have the family name on the black board to say welcome. I'm not sure who's more stressful, for a suite attendant who's got to get everything ready in such a short space of time, or for me that's worried that he does it in such a short space of time. So yes, I think it's a challenging time for us. There's still much to do here, so I'm going to leave the guys to do their job, and we're going to get out of their way. Even with magical genie powers, we sometimes just make it in time. Of course, the guest never knows that.
But this is just one of the 2,759 staterooms, and each is given the VIP cleaning treatment. With new guests arriving in just a few hours, the 165 room attendants have their work cut out.
There are over 2,700 rooms on board that needs to be cleaned every day. It takes us almost 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the state of the room. It has to be very neat and tidy, making the room look beautiful, morning and evening. That is what it's all about.
To service this many rooms, the ship has a stock of 26,000 bath towels, 30,000 hand towels, and 20,000 bath mats. It's laundry on an epic scale.
I do take a lot of pride in my work. I like when my bed is finished and I turn back and I look back and like, yes, this is beautiful. When the guests come, they're gonna smile. Every cruise, somebody wants to take you home. Every cruise, you have somebody asking you, could you come home with me and do what you do?
It's 8:30 in the morning in the port of Miami, Florida, and docked is the world's largest cruise ship. Today is one of the biggest operations in the cruise industry. Crew members on the ship have been working endlessly to get over 6,300 guests off to begin their next 7-day voyage.
Seat passes out, please, ladies and gentlemen.
With only 30 minutes to hit their 10 o'clock target,
Just please join the line inside of the dining room, please.
Guest Departure Officer Risley is struggling to get the last cruisers back on dry land.
Now I'm a traffic cop, the one who said like, come on, keep going, this way, guys. Ready to leave the ship? Just please make the line inside of the dining room. I need your help here outside of the dining room. Just join these gentlemen. Thank you.
With a good flow of passengers restored, it looks like Risley has successfully emptied the ship.
Zero count. We finished with all the departure. Yeah, job is done. All the guests are outside, and we are ready to start the next voyage.
The next stage of the busiest operation day in the cruise industry is the resupplying of the ship.
That's my man, Mr. Ola.
Dock Superintendent Marcos is in charge of coordinating today's task.
Okay, send me Kansas Marine ahead of everyone. I'm here with Ola, and he wants Kansas Marine.
But even he's still amazed when the ship makes its weekly visit.
The first time I saw the Symphony of the Seas pull into the dock, I lifted my head up and I'm saying, wow. And after minutes of looking at it, I realized my neck was cracked because I wasn't so used to looking so high up at a ship, but it really is breathtaking.
The scale of today's deliveries are also breathtaking.
We have about 30 to 35 trucks that are coming through the West Gate here, and they carry anywhere between 100 and 180 pallets.
Dock Superintendent Marcos is supplying the vessel with an estimated 400 tons of weekly provisions.
We do 500 to 600 pallets of provision alone, and another 100 to 200 pallets of hotel and other departments as well.
But where do you store 7 days' worth of food, drink, and supplies?
Obviously, being the biggest ship in the world, we also have the biggest freezers in the world. So on this ship, we have 1,350 square meters of refrigerated space. We have bacon here, So sliced bacon every week, 4,500 pounds or 2,000 kilos, so 2 tons of bacon.
That's the equivalent of 8,000 standard-size bacon packs.
How many burgers? Oh, too many. Burgers, we use about 2,000 pounds or 1,000 kilos per week as well.
In charge of the shopping list for over 6,300 guests and 2,300 crew on the world's largest cruise ship.
Hey guys, how you doing? Tell me, do we have any special customer tonight?
Is food and beverage director Emmanuel.
We have to find a way to shop once every 7 days. If I forgot to buy some meat, for example, I don't have the opportunity to go now shopping to send somebody and say, hey, go and get me like 50 kg of whatever, you know? So the planning is really, really paramount. We consume 340 metric tons a week of fresh produce. Chicken, all together, we're around 25,000 pounds. 11,000 pounds of watermelon every cruise. It's very popular. Let's talk about beers. We have 35,000 bottles and cans of beer in 7 days. Right here, if you want to come, we have champagne selections. You have something to celebrate, you can buy champagne. You have something that you want to forget, you can buy champagne. And if nothing happens, buy champagne, something will come up.
But Emmanuel has no time for champagne because he has one of the most responsible roles on the ship.
On the Symphony, we have 2,200 crew members. Half of them work under me for F&B. Let's start with the waiters. I have 530 people working in the dining room. The galley, I have 99 people washing and cleaning for the whole ship, and 257 chefs producing over 40,000 meals every day. The only downtime that there is in my operation is between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. That's about it. Otherwise, it's always busy.
The staff members that Emmanuel need not worry about are the 2 robotic bartenders, which took 41,600 hours to create. Each robot serves on average 1,000 drinks a day.
So the beauty of it is that you don't have an annoying bartender that wants to talk to you all the time, you know?
But the rest of the ship is less mechanical, with the 23 dining venues consisting of 5,189 seats. One of them, the main dining restaurant, with a centerpiece chandelier that spans over 3 decks.
Looking at the sheer size of the operation, one would never think that it's possible to have this attention to detail.
Turnaround day, the biggest operational day in the cruise industry, is about to reach its crescendo. It's 30 minutes since the last passenger left the ship, and now the crew is preparing for the arrival of over 6,300 brand new guests.
There's no other operation in the world, no other hotel, no other resort that will check out 6,600 guests in one morning, and a few hours later we'll have, again, 6,600 new people, rooms 100% clean, and hotel 100% pristine, that make you feel like you're the first person ever on board.
With just 10 minutes left, hotel director Fernando is making his final checks before passengers arrive. And as it's the first for the new guests, high standards are in order.
Just need to line them up nicely. I think maybe here they're even a little bit too far, no? Let's tuck in a little bit the cables over there on the corners. You know, behind the curtain and stuff. First impressions, very important.
The world's largest cruise ship is ready, and it's time to let the guests on board for the start of their 7-day trip.
It's just a wow factor when you walk on board, second to none.
I think it's a wow, even just driving up to it. Every time it's still like wow.
Initially, guests are greeted by the ship's centerpiece, the promenade, which spans 2 decks and is home to shops, restaurants and bars. One of them is a feat of engineering in its own right, the Rising Tide, the cruise ship world's first elevating bar.
You wouldn't actually realise it was on a ship. It could be a world-class hotel. Being on a ship just adds to it.
Another of the hidden gems that might surprise guests on their first day is a park in the middle of the ship's structure. And exploring the ship for the first time is the Fairfield Roy family.
Wow!
From Lemkill in Scotland.
It's a small village just outside Dunfermline, which is about 20 minutes north of Edinburgh. So quite a small place, much smaller than the amount of people on this ship.
The park is home to 20,700 plants, specially selected to withstand all weathers at sea.
No, it's absolutely beautiful. It's lovely. I didn't think you need a gardener on a cruise ship, but I presume you must.
The ship's everything that I thought it would be. So many things for these guys to do and give us peace.
The activities on board the world's largest cruise ship are endless, including a slide 10 decks high, towering 150 feet above sea level, 2 43-feet signature climbing walls, and a zip line 9 decks above a carousel which can tilt 5 degrees in any direction to counter choppy conditions at sea. To take all this in on your first day on board is a daunting task, so help is at hand with Martin, whose job it is to help guests around the ship.
Have it, it's free, look. And the instructions are there, apply and rub, apply and rub. One of our main things is to be the personality on board. So we are the ones that are, hopefully, going to make you laugh and smile and cry sometimes with the excitement.
I want it instant.
You want?
I want it instant rub.
You want an instant rub?
Yes.
Head over to the spa, tell them Martin sent you. You'll get nothing extra, but you never know.
One of the attractions of the ship is its cutting-edge technology, and Martin has a useful bit of tech to help guests find their way around.
So this here is a wayfinder. So this helps you find your way. A wayfinder obviously is a nautical term for sailors to find where they're going, and this is no different. You don't really need to have a broken one. There we go. Now we're stuck. Do I get lost? I never get lost. Honestly, the best thing you can do on day one of your cruise is to actively get lost. Spend your time finding yourself. That's literally it.
And do you ever get lost?
You've already asked me if I get lost. I do not get lost anymore. I'm like a walking, talking compass. I'm going to touch wood because I might have lied then. You never know.
Another technological innovation Martin wants to demonstrate on the ship is the musical stairs.
I have no idea where I'm going. All right, let's come on. We're going to go down, are we? Let's go down. Everyone control your excitement, though. Let's go this way. This way looks better. Come on. See, found them. Ready? So this is our piano staircase. So it looks like a regular staircase, but magic.
With almost all of the 6,300 guests now on board, the busiest operational day in the cruise industry is drawing to a close. In just a few hours' time, the ship will set sail for its first night at sea. This is the port of Miami, and it's one of the busiest operations in the cruise industry, the beginning of the next 7-day trip on the world's largest cruise ship. With the last of provisions coming aboard, attention turns to another of the ship's big operations: how to entertain over 6,300 guests.
The amount of entertainment on this one ship, you would have to probably visit every resort on the Strip in Las Vegas, get every musician, get every comedian, and put them all in one place to come up to the variety and the standard of Symphony of the Seas.
And to make sure the 7-day cruise starts with a bang, Senior Vice President of Entertainment Nick Weir has come on board to spot-check the ship's entertainment operation before it sets sail.
We are heading down the boardwalk. Yes, we have a boardwalk on a ship. And we're heading to, honestly, my favorite venue, the Aqua Theatre because I unashamedly consider it the coolest theatrical venue on Earth.
The 700-seat open-air Aqua Theatre is home to Hero, a death-defying water-based variety show with a cast of 40 performers that Nick spent 5 years creating.
Well, I am a second-generation cruiser. My father was in the business, as was my mother. So I was brought up around cruise ships, which meant that as a... I've done that. I've done that before on television in England. You nearly saw a second go. You know what I mean, right?
In the 1990s, Nick was the former catchphrase presenter, famous for falling down the studio stairs on air.
I broke my foot on catchphrase.
And it's not just Nick who executes his own stunts. Each evening, this grand venue hosts daredevil acrobatics, highline performers, and Olympic-level divers who have use of the deepest swimming pool at sea.
Underneath this deck is a very deep swimming pool, 15 feet, 70 tons of water, and it's deep enough for us to allow, and if I can just get you to pan up there is our high dive point. It's 17 meters, which is about 55 feet, I think, and they dive from there into the pool. Obviously, it's very important that we make sure that they only dive when the deck is down, which we usually get right.
Nick isn't just in charge of theatre productions that would rival any West End show. His operation extends to the ship's music venues and interactive entertainment.
This is the escape room. Do you know where the switch is for this?
There's a bunch of keys.
No, those are all part of the puzzles, but there's a master switch, which I thought.
Literally in the road.
Yeah, we probably should have, yeah. So it looks really great when it's all powered up.
With the light switch proving too difficult, Nick heads to one of the biggest entertainment operations, which occurs in the Royal Theatre, a venue that rivals any West End stage. And with 3 theatrical shows on board the ship over the next 7 days, the company is continually auditioning.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
The numbers are astronomical. We are on target this year to audition 28,000 performers. That even makes X Factor look small. I would say I'm the friendly Simon Cowell of the Caribbean. That was for you, Simon.
As the housekeeping team prepare the venue for the next 6,300 guests, Nick takes in the 1,411-seat theatre one last time before the ship leaves Miami.
As you can see, if you have a little pan around, I mean, it is a beautiful, beautiful house.
The Royal Theatre is home to the company's very own show, Flight Dare to Dream.
And I remember one day looking at it thinking, how can I make use of this volume? And that, of course, led to that. I would say it's the most expensive 90 seconds in show business. It's a tribute to the first flight of the Wright Flyer at Kitty Hawk. And we literally fly that plane off the stage and out over the audience's head twice. A theatre on a cruise ship is inside a huge steel frame. Ships have to be enormously strong. They need to be able to go through the storm. So to be able to fly this plane around with the stresses that are on the winching systems and the hooks, you have to have that maritime strength to make it happen. I have flown it, but I felt like it was only right to be the test pilot, and it was a stunning moment in my life.
The world's largest cruise ship is finally ready to depart from Miami. And as 6,300 guests settle in for their 7-night stay, the man at the helm is starting its engines.
We generally sail on time every week, so not too difficult.
Anchor watch only on the bow, yes.
Port 50.
Despite the ship being the largest in the world, size doesn't matter when it comes to steering.
Well, you don't need to have a big steering wheel on ships anymore because it's all electro-hydraulic controllers. Whereas in the old days, it'd be a big wheel because it had to turn chains and, you know, blocks and pulleys, and that's why you had to have a little bit of extra leverage. We always make it safely in and out of port.
With over 6,300 new guests exploring the ship's 18 decks, actor Fabian has taken a shortcut along the ship's 650 meters running track as he heads to the Symphony's high-tech gym in preparation for tonight's opening performance of Flight.
The shows can get a bit draining, so if you don't keep up the stamina, it can be a bit hard. I've wanted to become a performer my entire life. I think I saw Ricky Martin on TV when I was like 3 or 4 or something like that. My mum told me, and I said to her, that's what I want to do. I want to sing, I want to dance, and I want to perform.
Australian Fabian has a significant role in Flight, flying the plane over the audience.
Flying that plane, you have to be 175 pounds. I had to lose a bit of weight to fly the plane, which is totally fine. It came along with the job. It's like making a race car. Every millimeter counts. Every bit of weight counts.
And having worked up a sweat, Fabian and the cast have one final rehearsal before the opening night performance to a full house.
We good to fly? Okay, great.
Flight's story starts in the future, looking back at the history of aviation. The performance features aerial acrobats and 3D flyers.
We're very lucky here because we've got the whole aerial system that we get to come in and rehearse the shows and work on our own aerial crafts. It's a section of the show that they do a whole bunch of flying, which is it's quite incredible. You have to see it to believe.
And the demanding roles don't stop there.
In the show, I help out with the harnesses and connecting some of the loops. It's great. I love watching it from the sidelines every single time.
Another key role Fabian plays on the ship is boyfriend.
This is Bree Stevens.
It's too early for this.
We met nearly 4 years ago during college, and we spent those 2 years at college. And as soon as we finished college, we auditioned for Royal Caribbean.
So you two are like the celebrity couple then, aren't you, on this?
I wouldn't say celebrity couple, but definitely, we do get talked about because we are a couple working on a ship. Yeah, not many people can say they get to live their dream with their partner, so it's really nice.
Talking so cute, babe.
It's all a lie.
Oh.
I'm joking.
Fabian's role as pilot and performer is highly pressurized.
It's not easy flying the plane and singing at the same time.
So rehearsals are taken very seriously.
I control the movement of the plane. I have to be accurate every single time.
The original 1903 Wright brothers plane was completely flown by manpower alone. Thankfully for Fabian, today's replica is using advanced technology with a custom-designed computer-controlled flying system.
I feel really good about it too. I feel like I'm so proud of myself. I'm like, yes.
As guests soak up the sun on their first day on board,
all right, okay.
Royal Genie Reno has only just met his VIP passengers for the 7-day cruise.
I just realized, look at this. Okay. Welcome to the new Genie lamp.
But he's already been tasked with a unique request.
People use a cruise to celebrate quite a lot. I think it's a novelty. It's a perfect place to do it. It's very romantic. And of course, we are there to make it really special for them.
Reno's heading to the kitchen to arrange a romantic first night dinner for his VIP guests.
And not always do we know there's a special occasion that suddenly arises, and then the Genie has to make a plan. Things happening all at once. And Augusto. Hey. Hi. Listen, I'm just here to quickly go through the party for tonight. I'll be there for the setup as well. Everything is set. I'll bring the flowers from housekeeping. We're actually going to look at it right now. All right, thank you so much. Not always do we have fresh flowers available. Once we asked the chef to make fake petals for us. It probably stained the linen, but it worked. Iman, do you have the flowers? Morning, how are you? Is this it? Yeah, okay, and we're gonna have some of the petals. Do me a favor, just keep it in the fridge until tonight, and we'll get it from you around about 7 o'clock. It's the challenges that makes it actually interesting. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Today is the busiest 24 hours in the cruise world industry, the start of a 7-day trip on the world's largest cruise ship. Down in the Royal Theatre, and rehearsals are still going for the first of the week's big shows, Flight. With just a few hours until the performance starts, lead actor Fabian is backstage in the wardrobe department.
When I'm back here, I kind of don't really think that I'm on a ship. I'm just at work. I'm just, you know, doing what I have to do. This show has many outfits. Yeah, I gotta go through all my costumes, make sure I grab the right ones, because sometimes you accidentally grab somebody else's white shirt and you get a bit mixed up.
The show's costume changes are on a tight turnaround, so Fabian needs to know exactly where his outfits are, and the ship's metal walls prove perfect for the job.
Because all the walls are magnets, so it's easy just to grab books and to get ready and hang your stuff. So this is Daisy Twells. She's from England. She does our wigs. Yeah, she's awesome to work with.
Thank you.
She actually goes all right.
So are you?
Bit rude sometimes, but it's okay.
I usually have time to do the wigs on like our sea days, but it's really nice because I actually like spend a lot of my free time here, and when I have nothing to do, it's quite therapeutic. There's 99 wigs between the two shows, so she's just getting a little bit of a touch-up.
Back in the theatre, supporting cast member Amara from Derby is warming up for tonight's performance.
I've been on the Symphony of the Seas for 3 months now. This is the first time I've been away from home, first time being away from my friends, my family.
Amara's first stint at sea will last 9 months. And to break it up, she's invited friends and first-time cruisers, Tia and Hakeem, to visit her on board.
And we've watched countless videos and vlogs online of this ship because it is the world's biggest cruise ship. So the fact that we're on it is it's just mad. It's just mad, isn't it? I just can't believe that she's doing something like this. But do you remember when she was on the stage like at school and it'd be like just about 50 people? I'm expecting to see the Queen up there somewhere. She's coming up.
Oh my God!
You're they?
Yeah, so this is the Royal Theatre.
It's crazy, and this is where you work.
Yeah. Guys, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
And you're not afraid when you're on this big old stage?
I know what I would do.
With everyone just staring at you?
Obviously,
I've
I get
got sweaty hands.
For these young performers, working on such high-end productions is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Is it a bit like panto? Because that's the only thing I'm used to. You know, like, oh no, she did it.
Not really.
I think they've only been on a few holidays in their life, so the fact that they've come onto this ship to see me, it's incredible, really. Love you so much. It was very emotional. Very, very emotional.
See you soon, yeah.
See you later, guys.
Oh, good luck, everybody.
As guests enjoy the first sunset of their holiday on deck 15 in the ship's solarium,
I would like you, please, to take the ice bucket. I want the ice and the champagne right up to here. And then we're going to put a nice little collar around the champagne for the drip.
it's all systems go for Genie Reno.
Well, we're still in setup. This is not completely not finished yet. Of course, we have the basic request. People will come on board and they would like to make a proposal, or even weddings we have on board.
This evening, Reno's been tasked with arranging an intimate dinner for 2 of his VIP guests.
At the end of the day, you always feel much better if you see the final product before you assume that it's going to be done. I get a little bit picky about this. I think it's a bit of an OCD thing that kicks in there. Everything is coming together. It's not just always on time, but it is coming together. Actually, I never thought I would say this. The flowers actually came a little bit too early. So we kept it in the freezer. So hopefully they would look nice, at least until the end of the evening. When you do this, it gives you such great satisfaction. You know, I get a little smile on my face, purely because I know that they're going to love it, and that's why I love it. Here we go. Thank you for the champagne. All right. Lovely. You know, me and the petals. One man's chaos is another man's perfection, and that's me. Fantastic. It keeps blood flowing. Adrenaline.
Down on Deck 5, outside the Royal Theatre, in the ship's 1,411-seater venue, audiences are gathering for tonight's performance of Flight.
I can't wait, yeah.
Tia and Hakeem have made the journey from Derby to watch one of this evening's performers, school friend Amara.
Amara has kept this an absolute secret. She's not told us a thing, has she?
No, she hasn't.
Nothing. She won't let us. She gets a bit angsty when we ask too many questions. So you could tell the professionalism is just shining through.
The show begins in the year 2027 and explores the history of space travel. And Tia's first show out at sea has left her transfixed. The set features a space station, a replica of one found at the US Space Center, which took hundreds of hours of research to create. Every detail has been considered. Even the actress's ponytail mimics the effect of zero gravity. To add to the spectacle, the show features 19 aerial acrobats from 24 cast members. But Tia and Hakeem only have eyes for friend and dancer Amara. Set in the 20th century, the production ends with a reenactment of the first ever flight, using a replica of the 1903 Wright brothers plane flown by lead actor Fabian. Unlike the original, this plane is using titanium and carbon fiber composites to keep the weight of the aircraft down. As the theatre empties and audiences ready themselves for the night ahead, Tia and Hakeem wait behind to catch up with Amara.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Oh my God.
Give us some skin.
I think Tia and Hakeem did enjoy it, yeah. Saying it's the first time they've seen me perform, it was amazing.
I see now why you kept a lot of it stumped.
Yeah.
No, you did us so proud. You did us so proud. We're just blown away by what she can do. It's more than just acting and singing and dancing. There's so much more to it.
Oh, group hug! It has been amazing having them aboard with me. I think this is what I needed. A bit of home.
It's close to midnight on the busiest day in the cruise industry, and wrapping things up is cruise director Ricky.
The most epic welcome on any cruise ship is happening tonight. Huge 6,000 balloons. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff, crazy stuff.
He's headed to the welcome party, attended by 3,000 guests.
The big welcome party. It is that initiator for the cruise. It sets the tone for the cruise. I'm so pumped. This is the best way to start off the cruise, really. And it's amazing, after the first night, I walk around the ship tomorrow, celebrity.
Ricky takes a starring role at the party, which finishes with a drop of 6,000 balloons.
There's nothing more on the ship that I love. That's number one. That's my number one love, is to host a party and feel like a rock star.
Ricky joins the party once the guests are warmed up, and his athletic set causes quite a stir.
To be able to control as many people as he does, it's something else.
The moment someone like Ricky walks on stage, the audience goes, I love this guy.
The guy is like a battery, never stops. This guy is like this all the time.
Biggest cruise ship in the world, best cruise director.
Make some noise, raise your voice, let's get these balloons going. 10, 9.
It's time for the big finale.
Guess what? We've ignited something inside the ship. My heart is still pumping. It's a perfect night to start off a cruise. Perfect.
One of the busiest days in the cruise industry is over.
Morning, morning.
Next time, we find out how the ship feeds over 6,300 guests.
In big quantities and that the guests can have it faster.
And it gets stressful after a day at shore.
Captain, hi. We have 2 guests then missing, and we tried the emergency number. We don't seem to be able to locate them.